With Bullock entering its next phase, the Under 20 World Cup, I thought it would be the perfect time to look back at every goal scored during the NEL. So let's start with the first game of the arc, Bastard vs Barca. This is the shortest game of the whole arc and it serves as a showcase of the new players in Bastard. So the first goal was scored by Bachira, with Tutoya giving the assist. Right before the game started, he remembered what Wavinho said: if you want to be the best in the world, you can't let anyone else's voice get in your head. With the words from Wavinho, Bachira made the monster in his head evolve to the next level. The second goal of the game was from the newly introduced character, Kaiser, and the assist was from Ness. It was a nice showcase of them with the addition of Isagi's reaction and Noel Noah saying that Kaiser surpasses him in terms of kicking speed. Seeing the goal, Wavinho decided to join in the game and he quickly shows that he is a world-class player by scoring a crazy goal, passing through everyone, including the goalkeeper, and kicking the ball in with his heel. One of the coaches showed his skills, so naturally, now was the turn for the other coach. So Noel Noah scored the second goal for Bastard, with Kaiser giving him the assist. And the final goal was scored by the evolved Kunigami, with Isagi giving him the final pass. The final result was 3-2 for Bastard. The second game happened at the same time as the first. It was Ubers vs PXG. We didn't see most of it, but we did get the last goal and it was Rin who scored it. It was not mentioned who scored the Ubers goals, but the goal scorers for PXG were Rin with 2 goals and Shido with 1 goal. The third game was Bastard vs Manshine. The opening goal of the match was scored by Chigiri. After blocking Nagi's shot, Kaiser scores the second goal of the game with an assist from Ness. With Isagi seeing Kaiser dominating again, he got fired up and almost scored, but Kaiser did not let that happen. He tried to sabotage his own teammate's goal, and with Isagi's shot being blocked by Kaiser, it turned into a pass for Kunigami, who scored the second goal for Bastard. Nagi saw things weren't working out, so he asked Reo for help. Reo said yes, and with his help, Nagi pulled off one of the best goals in the entire arc. That was his peak moment in the NEL. Isagi felt like the most useless player on the field, so he knew he had to evolve. That's when he unlocked Meta Vision and started taking over the game. He stopped Nagi from scoring, linked up with Noah, and felt unstoppable. Then he outplayed Kaiser by passing the ball to Yukimiya, who then scored the final goal. The final result was 3-2 for Bastard. And the fourth game ended with Barou scoring a hat-trick and Bachira scoring only 1 goal. The fifth game was Bastard vs Ubers. With Barou's hat-trick from the last game, he was feeling like a real threat. But he did not score the first goal of the game. The one that scored it was Isagi with an assist from Corona. From the start of the match, he was using his new Meta Vision, and that helped him a lot. The second goal of the game was scored by Barou, showing the results of his training in the NEL. Now the second goal for Bastard was scored by Kaiser, with an assist from Isagi. Isagi wanted to pass the ball to Yukimiya, but the pass was stolen from Kaiser, and he then scored it. And the second goal for Ubers was scored from Barou, with an assist from Nico. That goal brought back Snoopy's ego and made him want to compete again for the title of World's Best. The final goal in that game was scored by Isagi, with an assist from Hiyori. The last goal was made possible because of Hiyori's awakening. The final result was 3-2 for Bastard. The sixth game's result was 3-1 for PXG. Chigiri scored once and Rin went off with a hat-trick. Bastard did not play in the next set of matches, so let's start with the seventh game, Barca vs PXG. The result was 3-2 for PXG. Bachira scored with an assist from Wavinho and Otoya scored with an assist from Wavinho too. The PXG goals were scored by Rin and Shido scored twice in that game. Charles assisted one of Rin and one of Shido's goals. The eighth match was Manshine vs Ubers. The result was 3-1 for Ubers, with unknown goal from Manshine and 2 goals by Barou and 1 by Sendo. So let's recap all the games so far and see how things are looking before the final 2 matches of the arc. The top teams right now are Bastard and PXG, both undefeated with 3 wins and 0 losses. Right below them are Ubers, They are done with all their matches, finishing with 2 wins and 2 losses. Barca and Manshine are both at the bottom of the leaderboard, with 0 wins and 3 losses. The 9th match starts with Shido scoring the first goal of the game. With an assist from Charos, he hit a crazy header goal. The second goal was scored by Isagi, with an assist from Kunigami. The third goal was scored by Kaiser, with an assist from Kiora. Kiora decided to give the pass to the one who was in the best position to score the goal, and so he chose to give it to Kaiser. With this goal, Kaiser evolved. He no longer needed Ness to give him passes, and he told Ness to find a new king to serve. But after these 3 goals, Rin decided to fully crash out, going destroyer mode and deciding to not score a goal just because he did not like it. But after all that, he scored the 4th goal of the game with an assist from Charos. This game could have been over, but Rin decided that 1 goal was not it and straight up kicked the ball back to his field. And the final goal was scored by Isagi with an assist from Ness, who finally decided that he no longer needed Kaiser and broke his obsession with him. The final score is 3-2 for Bastard. With that game out of the way, all that's left is Barca vs Manshine. The first goal of the match was a quick one scored by Chigiri with an assist from Reo. After that, Bachira scored a solo goal, and shortly after that, Otoya scored 2 with an assist from Bachira. 2 quick goals from Barca, but Manshine makes the score even. Reo scores with an assist from Chris Prince, but the final goal was scored by Bachira, ending Nagi's journey in Buok. He stole the ball from Nagi and scored it, so the final score is 3-2 for Barca. With all games being done, now we can look at the end results. Let's start with the first team in the leaderboard. The most dominant one in the NEO, Bastard. They won all their matches and are with 4 wins and 0 losses. The second team is PXG with 3 wins and 1 loss. The third team is Ubers with 2 games won and 2 games lost. The fourth team is Barca with 1 game won and 3 games lost. And at last place with 0 wins and 4 losses is Manshine. With all the teams done, let's now talk about the fun part. Who scored the most goals in the NEL? Let's find out. So the first place is shared between Rin and Barou with 7 goals each. Second place is Bachira with 5 goals. Third place is shared between Isagi, Shido and Kaiser with 4 goals. Fourth place is taken by Chigiri with 3 goals. Fifth place is shared between Otoya and Kunigami with 2 goals. And with 1 goal each are a lot of players, so I'm going to list them out now. Reo, Yukimiya, Sendo, Nagi, Noah and Lavinho. And with that, I've covered every goal scored in the NEL. Now it's time to gear up for the Under 20 World Cup. Things will only get crazier from here. Let me know in the comments which goal you liked the most. Thanks for watching, see ya.